Welcome back. So we come a long way to learn about this tool. We have learned different features like how we can create a task, what is the difference between manually scheduled and auto scheduled, how we can define the predecessor and successor within this tool, how we can add resources in our project plan, how we can assign resources to any particular task, and how can we provide the duration for a particular task, how we can apply the work breakdown structure in our project plan. So what we are going to do in this lecture, we are going to work on a project plan in which we will be defining what we have learned, and we will be performing all the steps which we have learned so far. So let's start. We go in the files, go in new, blank project plan. So here I have a blank project plan. First I will define here the task. For example, if I'll say that the main task is going to be the project application, and then I will define here the task of this application. Let's suppose the first task is going to be the requirement gathering, and then we have in requirement gathering we have different tasks. For example, business requirement document, functional specification document, and we need the test cases. So what I'm going to do here from the start, we'll be doing all the indentation. For example, all of these tasks are the subtasks for project application. We have learned how we can indent. We can use either this button or icon to do the indenting, or we can use Alt, Shift and Right to do the indentation. And now these three tasks are the subtasks of requirement gathering. So I will do Alt, Shift, Right. So we have indent these three tasks as well. So the next task I'm going to add here is architecture and design. Architecture and design have two subtasks, front-end design and database design. I want to make it again subtask, Alt, Shift, Right. Then comes the next task is development. Now it has made development as the subtask of architecture and design, but it is not the subtask of this main task. So what I will do Shift, Alt and Left, so it will become out from being the subtask of architecture and design. Now development itself have a couple of tasks, feature 1, feature 2. I will make this as subtask of development. Again, before writing the next task, if I will press on Alt, Shift and Left, so if I will write here information security review, and if I'll press Alt, Shift and Left, so it's out from being the subtask of development. Then the next task is quality assurance. Then issues, fixes. Then we have final sign off, and then we have go live. So we have defined all the tasks and their associated subtask. Now what I'm going to do here, if you want to align them as auto schedule, you can select them all, click on auto schedule. All of these tasks are now auto schedule. Now I have to define here the duration of each task. For example, if I say 10 days for this, 15 days for this, test cases will be 10, The front-end design is going to be 5 days. Same with the database design. Then the feature 1 will take around 13 days, 12 days for feature 2. 10 days will be taken by information security review, 15 days for the quality assurance, and 5 days for the issue fixes, 1 day for the sign off, and 1 day for the go live. So this is what we have done so far. We have defined all the tasks. We have set the task mode to auto schedule. We have defined the duration based on which the start date we have with us along with the finish date. But what we are going to do is going to add the resources which will be the part of this project plan. So I go to view resource sheet. For example, if I'm going to add business analyst 1, type work, no material, I will say BA1, group is BA team, belongs to business analyst team. The next one I'm going to add is here as business analyst 2 work. For me, the initial are going to be BA2. He's also the part of the BA team. Next I am going to add here is a quality assurance 1, and I will give the initial as QA1. He's a part of the QA team. I have to define the particular unit or the department in the group. And then we have designer 1 work. I call him Des1. He belongs to the design team. And then we have the next is the architecture 1. He is ARC1 for me, architecture team. Then the next one in the line which we have is developer 1, dev1 as an initial, development team. Then comes the developer 2, dev2. He's also from the development team, so I will copy and paste it here. The next we are going to have is the information security analyst. I'll say IA1. He's from the information security team. Then we have a business user U1. He's the main stakeholder of this application or the project which we are working on. And I think we are done with all the resources which are going to be the part of this project plan. So now the next step what we are going to do is to assign these resources to their relevant tasks. So we go back to the task Gantt chart. Now we are assigning resources. As we have seen that we can assign any particular task with the relevant resources, either with the resource initial or with the resource name. How we can add the resource initial column here. I'll go to resource initial and I added them up. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign here this particular task will be done by BA1, the next will be done by BA2, and the third one is done by the quality assurance team. Then we have the front-end design by the designer team. Then the database design will be done by the architect team. Then we have a couple of features that we would like to develop in this application. We will add the developers team here. Information security review will be done by the information security resource. You can select IA. Quality assurance will be done by the QA team, and the next issues fixes will be done by both the developers. So we have selected both of them. The final sign off will be given by the business user. So here we go, business user, and in the go live, my BA2 architect and developer 1 will be involved. So this is what we have done. We have add the task, we have defined the duration, we have made them auto schedule, we have added the resources, and we have assigned the resources. Now interestingly, you can see on the left side there are some red warnings, or you can say it's showing that your resources are over allocated. Now how we can tackle such over allocation of resource issue in the project plan, we'll discuss in the next lecture.